Bonita is an Interreg project in the Baltic Sea region. There are 10 countries around the Baltic Sea, and they are partners in this project. And one of the main objectives of the Bonita project is to develop a transfer model. In the Bonita consortium, we have experts, and they came up with the idea that we can do something on the process level. This is a little bit more asking about foreseeing certain mechanisms to achieve something. So it's not really describing what elements to be used in your organization. It's really more a very generic framework where you really ask, like a checklist, have you foreseen several aspects? The process model consists of 5 process categories. 3 of them are reflecting the different roles in the technology transfer process, like the technology developer that is developing the new technologies or concepts, prototypes, the technology transfer driver that is taking care about transferring the new knowledge to application, and the innovation process. This is a process on the company side which is dealing to set up new products with somehow this new knowledge. And the 2 other process categories are supportive processes and organizational processes, and these 2 processes are valid for these 3 process categories. For example, if I look to a primary developer process, and this is a process that is typically carried out at university, and you have something like basic science knowledge creation. And so you see the structure very well. On one hand side, we've got these processes, which are you've got 50 processes in this model, and you've got the process name, and you've the description of the process, which is giving the rationale. Why is this process carried out? Then we have got outcomes of the project. So when the process is performed, you're ending up with these outcomes, and they're in principle the results of the process. And each outcome is achieved by a base practice. The overall goal at the end, having all these processes, is to do an assessment in an organization, like a research organization. So the first thing is to tailor the model a little bit down to your organization, because sometimes you have got pure research organizations, and then you will mainly ask about these primary developer processes, the supporting processes, and the organizational processes. But sometimes you have organizations that are also taking care about transfer aspects. So they're doing research, developing new technologies, but they're also taking care about how to put this into the market. So, and then we would ask the primary developer processes and the technology transfer driver processes also, again, with the supporting processes and the organizational processes. And then we would ask the questions regarding these base practices. We could go step by step through the base practices and ask the organization if they're performing these base practices, to what extent. And at the end, we're deriving a sort of capability profile. And this is quite interesting because the model is covering the whole process chain of technology transfer. We're ending up in a situation that we can compare organizations to their processes. Sometimes it's quite hard to compare all these different organizations, but now with this transfer model, we're really able to have some unified view on the organizations, and sometimes to see where's the center of gravity of the activities and what is important for different organizations, which is quite interesting. If you think about how to improve organizations, organizations have to know where they are. And asking these questions to the organization is somehow putting a mirror on the current state of the organizations. And during assessments that we have performed already within the Bonita project, we have seen that people absolutely like to be asked these questions, because they can reflect on their own processes and they understand maybe where they're strong and maybe where they can improve. And this is more the way to understand about this assessment. It's not really punish or judge about organizations, it's really more to put the mirror on the organizations. But this is only the starting point. And you can think about setting up something like certificates. So we need some more experience, but if you've got certificate, you can start to certify transfer organizations, research organizations, to be capable in technology transfer. And then it's really interesting because one of the major challenges in research funding is not only to pay organizations for the sake of research. You want to pay organizations that innovation is happening, but the innovation is not happening in the research organization, it's happening maybe in companies. So you need processes. So our idea is really to set up a standard for technology transfer capability. And this is, I think, really something very promising at the end. Up to now, we had performed 30 assessments within the bonita consortium, which was quite nice because the transfer model was there in the intermediate of the project, and bonita is still running, and we're still going on with these assessments. And this was nice already to have this evaluation inside this project, because we've seen that it's a working principle. So organizations like to be assessed, and you can see differences in the organizations reflecting in different capability profiles, and this is really nice. And now we are interested to broaden the base, so now we are looking for new partners and opportunities to put this to other research organizations, to make assessments in these organizations, but maybe also in regions or with regional authorities, up to the level that it might be interesting to discuss this with the European Commission, thinking about framework program, because at the end, it's always the questions, you're investing for research and expecting innovation at the end. And I think bonita is providing a key for this.